So in last class we have briefly discussed about one is regarding the syllabus, next one is regarding the constructional details, of DC machine, and third one we were in between we were discussing about the principle of operation. Of DC generator. Okay, so let me go back to the principle of operation. So I said that in a two-pole machine with a single coil placed in between the poles, and it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So I said the total EMF induced in the coil is sum of the EMF induced in the coil side AB plus EMF induced in the coil side BC, and EMF induced in the coil side CD, and EMF induced in the coil side DA. And we came to know that the coil sides BC and DA are not linking any net flux with the flux. So the EMF induced in these two coil sides goes to 0. Only the EMF induced in the coil side AB and CD will remain. And the formula to find out the EMF induced in this coil side is given by V cross B dot L. Okay, so I have drawn here. So if this is the V vector, this is the B vector. V is the peripheral velocity of the coil side, So if it is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction, coil side AB will be moving upside, and coil side CD will be moving downside. Okay, so V, B, and this is L. So V cross B dot L is the gives us the direction of EMF induced or the current flow in the conductor or coil side. Okay, so once we know this formula, you can remember this direction can be also termed as Fleming's right hand rule. This is particularly for generator. Fleming's right hand rule is applicable. For motor, Fleming's left hand rule is applicable. So we are discussing generator. So Fleming's right hand rule is applicable. Now I am coming to the coil side AB. So knowing this formula, I am coming to coil side AB. So if you notice that the flux direction is, the B direction is in this direction, and the coil is moving up, coil side is moving up like this. So the velocity, the peripheral velocity is like this, so which is 90 degrees. And now if I apply the V cross B dot L, so I will be getting the induced EMF or the direction of current flow will be in this direction along in the conductor, in in the conductor. So that means the current will try to move like this from this end to this end. That means this is plus sign and this is minus sign. The EMF induced in this side AB will be this is plus sign and this is minus sign. The current will move from A to B. In coil A B, the current will move like this. This is plus, this is minus. So if you see the cross sectional view, this will be shown as cross. The conductor cross, that means the current is going inside the page or screen. Okay, and when this okay, this is about the side AB. Now when it comes to CD, when it comes to CD, the coil side is going down, moving down, that is peripheral velocity is down, and the flux distribution, the flux density is again same, this side, this direction, flux density, and this is peripheral velocity V. Now V cross B means it will be in this direction. The current flow will be in this direction, V cross. So the screw will be moving like this. So V cross in anti-clockwise direction. So it will come inside like this. So that means in coil side CD, the EMF is induced like this, minus plus, and current direction will flow like this. So this is the end connection and this is the front connection. So the net EMF, this is plus minus, minus plus minus plus. If this is assumed to be small e induced in this side, and this is the another small e induced on this side, so the net EMF induced at this coil terminals will be 2 times E. So net induced EMF is equals to 2 times E. Now what is E now? Tell me, what is E? What is the formula of what is this E now? E is equals to V cross B dot L. So because all are perpendicular to each other, all are to each other, so we have the velocity into flux density into L. This is the magnitude. E magnitude will be given by BLV, scalar quantity. Scalar quantity. Okay, and its direction is given by this direction, A to B. Direction of flow of this current is given by A to B, and its magnitude is BLV. So the magnitude of induced EMF in the coil, entire coil, is equals to 2 times of BLV, because all these vectors are perpendicular to each other. If they are not perpendicular to each other, then we would have got sin theta, cos theta terms. But here they are all perpendicular to each other. And the current direction in this coil side is given by dot, because it is coming out of the page, and here it is going inside of the page. So it is given by cross here and here dot here. Okay, so this is one form of EMF equation. Okay, but generally we don't use in practice this form of equation. We don't use. We will actually convert these variables into omega and flux phi. So let us do that. Let us do that. Now, so rotor is of length L and radius R. So the peripheral area of rotor is 2 pi r into L. Okay, so this is total area of the peripheral area of the rotor. Okay, now if I want to calculate the area coming under only one pole, then so area under pole is equals to AP. Let me write AP, which is equals to here number of poles P equals to 2. So I can write AP is equals to this 2 pi r L by P, but here in this case it is 2. So this is pi r L. P is equals to 2 kabatti. Okay, and we now we write B in terms of flux. So what is the relation? Flux density is equals to flux per unit area. Okay, so our flux is equals to B into A. Okay, these relationships we know. Okay, these relationships we know. Now because B is constant, the flux density so in the air gap the flux density is constant and uniform. So I can say that the flux per pole is equals to the flux density and the area under pole AP. Okay, so I can write down this phi per pole is equals to B into what is AP? AP is pi RL. AP, this is AP, pi RL. So substituting this into our this equation, so EMF induced is equals to one more thing I need to write, the peripheral velocity. The peripheral velocity is actually given by omega into r, right? The peripheral velocity is given into omega into r. So I substitute first V, I replace this V by omega into r, that is 2BL omega r. Then I substitute BRL. Okay, BRL from this equation. So I will be getting 2 by pi into phi per pole into omega. Is it right? Say yes. Respond. Okay, so this is the other form of equation, other form of EMF equation. Okay, so what you notice, so E induced is equals to 2 times of BLV, or E induced is equals to 2 by pi phi per pole into omega. Let me assume that this phi is represented by only flux per pole. Okay, let me not write every time. So this is E induced is equals to 2 by pi into omega. Now if you notice, this induced EMF E is proportional to the flux per pole, number 2, and it is again dependent on the angular velocity of the rotor, and third one is this constant again, it's a this induced EMF is also dependent on a constant representing the constructional feature of the machine. Okay, so what we have discussed here, in a simple single coil 2-pole machine, the net EMF induced in the coil is actually the sum of 4 sides, but 2 sides effectively goes to 0, and the other 2 sides remain. So if we add the EMF in these 2 coil sides, we will be getting 2 BLV. Now this form of representation is not mostly convenient and useful for our analysis, so that is why we convert into flux per pole and angular velocity by these simple equations. So tell me